By the way, I've said many times on this show in the last 6 months that this is a slow-moving coup. I once read the list of things that Trump does that sound like a third-world dictator. You put your name on buildings. You appoint your family members to positions of power. Your rallies are scary. You hate the press and talk about jailing reporters. You want missile parades. He doesn't have one, but he wants one. You use the office for financial gain. You love other dictators. You lie so freely, people can't tell the difference between truth and lies anymore. I left one out, which came to the fore this week, not that it hasn't been brewing. The constant, ridiculous, over-the-top flattery that the dear leader needs. Now, in North Korea, for example, Kim Jong-un, they say things like he learned to drive at the age of 3. Really. You know this about North Korea. The old man, the father, they said he trained his body so he never needed to urinate or defecate. He invented the hamburger. And still didn't need to defecate. That's quite a trick. When he was born, a new star was created, and winter turned to spring. The first time he played golf, he had 11 holes in one. This is us now. This is America. This is what is so scary. So, you know, I see where this is going. So we thought we would institute a new department here called the Ass Kisser of the Month. Because this is going on in America. This is just from the last couple of weeks. This is Judge Jeanine Pirro, our first nominee.
Our commander-in-chief, the pillar of strength and a true advocate for America.
Fox News commentator Corey Lewandowski.
Because he is the greatest communicator as a president we've ever had.
Here's Scott Pruitt yesterday.
Please know that I'm thankful for your fortitude, your courage, and your steadfastness.
And this even extends to other leaders, because other foreign leaders get the message you have to kiss his ass to get anything done. Listen to Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas.
I believe that we are capable, under your leadership and your stewardship, to your courageous stewardship and your wisdom, we are, and as well as your great negotiating ability.
But the Ass Kisser of the Month award, and here it is. It's actually our. I have to be honest. We had a thing called the Head Up Their Ass Award. We've repurposed it. But Hope Hicks, the spokesman for the White House, Hope Hicks, this is something she wrote down. This is not an ad lib. I'm going to not read it all. President Trump has a magnetic personality and exudes positive energy. He has an unparalleled ability to communicate with people. He is brilliant with a great sense of humor. And this was not the first draft of this. We got a hold of that. It was even worse. Would you like to hear it? Okay. Listen to this. His dirty socks have the aroma of lavender. And his balls taste like fresh squeezed pineapple. He can start fires with his mind, but chooses not to save jobs in the matchstick industry. He was born when lightning struck a $100 bill. When he was in Jerusalem, the Wailing Wall slipped him a note. The reason he doesn't go to Camp David is because it makes the horses insecure about their penis size. He ejaculates magma, which hardens to form tropical islands where he builds exquisite resorts. His ass is so big because it's full of dreams for America. And women want him, men want to be him, and men also want him, even though they know he's not into that, but if he was, he'd be totally great at it. Am I exaggerating? that it's funny as long as the movie we're watching is a comedy. But this is not really funny.
Right.
Because
well, and you get the sense that the demand for this kind of inane adulation is there to prove that he's a big boy, right? Because he's a child prince, right? Like, it's like the driving as a 3-year-old, right? He's the boy prince running around to Europe, touching the orb, riding a golf cart, arm wrestling, whatever. And so the only way, there's no way that you could rationally or with any nuance praise his authority or competence. So what you're left with and what he must demand is this stupidity.
You know, when I was watching the announcement the other day when he withdrew from Paris, I had to turn it off because of the nature of these introductions. It's too embarrassing to watch. But what strikes me is that you have narcissism on steroids, which is something beyond we've ever seen, combined with the paranoia, which is Nixonian, and the dystopian worldview. And it's those three that mix together that create this completely dangerous set of policies that he's inflicting upon us. And it's scary.
We spend a lot of time talking to people in the Trump White House. So what's most interesting and why this is so much a new form of propaganda is that they're playing to an audience of one when they're on TV. They know he spends an inordinate amount of time watching TV. He actually has like a big TV in the side room,
communicate with him through the TV.
He watches Spicy's briefing and then does it like he's an ESPN analyst saying how he did or didn't do. But here's what's interesting is that you have, when you talk to them, when they're not on camera, they don't pretend. They don't talk like he's the dear leader. They're super aware of the flaws that he has. And they're very uncomfortable inside the White House. They don't trust him. They don't trust that he has their back. But then you see it on TV.
That's the proof, is they leak.
Like sales.
And the creepiest thing was when he got Pruitt to come up in the Rose Garden speech, because it was so obvious and so staged. You know, now Pruitt's going to come up and say a few words, and then Pruitt came up and said, "You're really wonderful." And it was like, does he not think that we notice that he just did that? He truly thinks that nobody sees his masterminding of the situation. And I think that that sense that everybody out there is so stupid is a sign of how stupid he is.
Well, of course it is. But the problem is that he is the decider, and he makes decisions. And the word has gotten out even to the other world leaders. The way you get what you want is when you sit down with them, first tell them about how the electoral victory, we're all buzzing about it in Ankara. And then keep it short, because he's got the attention span of a squirrel on meth. So don't...
You know, I wish I agreed with you about how his being that stupid, but the problem is, as we just said, he won the election. And so the problem we got is that he did outsmart us, and somehow we're stuck with the result.
I don't know if it was that he outsmarted us. We might have been as stupid as he thought we were.
One way or another, it ain't good.
Okay.
It ain't good.